Lee Min-ho reveals how Song Hye-kyo's support helped him overcome his toughest days. The rain was falling softly over. So the night Lee Min-ho finally decided to open up. He sat on the balcony of his home, a warm cup of tea in his hands, watching the city lights flicker below. It was the first quiet moment he'd had in weeks. His schedule had been overwhelming, his responsibilities heavy, and behind the flawless smiles he gave the world, he had been silently struggling. Inside, Song Hye-kyo was putting the twins to sleep. She sensed something was different about him that night. His shoulders looked heavier, his eyes dimmer. When she stepped out onto the balcony, she didn't ask anything. She simply wrapped her arms around him from behind, resting her cheek against his back. "Bad day," she whispered. He didn't answer immediately. For once, he let himself lean back into her embrace. "It's been a tough few months," he finally said, voice barely audible. "Sometimes I feel like I'm giving everything and still not enough. And I'm afraid that one day, I'll disappoint you. Or the kids." Song Hye-kyo moved around to face him, gently lifting his chin so he had no choice but to look at her. "Min-ho," she said softly, "you don't have to be strong all the time. Not with me." Those simple words broke something open in him. He let out a long breath he'd been holding for too long. He told her everything: his worries, the pressure, the nights he couldn't sleep, the fear of not being the perfect father or husband the world imagined him to be. She sat beside him, holding his hand the whole time. No judgment, no pity, just understanding. "When I married you," she said, "I didn't marry a perfect man. I married a man with a good heart, a man who tries, a man who loves deeply. And that's more than enough for me." Her words steadied him. Slowly, the heaviness that had been crushing him for months began to lift. Later that night, as they stood together watching the city glow below them, Lee Min-ho pressed a kiss to her forehead. "Thank you," he whispered. "You saved me in ways I didn't even know I needed saving." And then, with the sincerity of a man who had just rediscovered his strength, he added, "I've faced a lot of tough days in my life, but having you beside me makes even the worst days feel survivable." Song Hye-kyo smiled, leaning into his chest. "That's why we're here," she said. "To carry each other, always." And for the first time in a long while, Lee Min-ho felt weightless, like he could breathe again, because he wasn't carrying his burdens alone.